Stop scrolling, because what you're looking at right here is not just ancient art, it's a map of what happens to the soul after death, and more importantly, what is happening to you right now while you're still alive. I've been sitting with these pages from the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and I need you to understand something. The Egyptians were not writing mythology. They were documenting a process of consciousness, a journey of the soul through different states of awareness, purification, and remembrance. In these plates, you see Ani the soul moving through what's called the fields of peace, sometimes referred to as the field of reeds. But this isn't just some afterlife paradise, like we've been told. This is a symbolic representation of a state of harmony where the soul has come into alignment with truth, order, and balance, what they called Ma'at. You'll notice Ani is constantly making offerings, standing before different gods, moving through scenes of harvesting, plowing, measuring, and even navigating water. This is not random. Every action represents something deeply esoteric. The act of plowing the fields with oxen, that's the cultivation of consciousness. It's the idea that your soul must work the field of your own mind and energy. Nothing just happens to you, you participate in your own becoming. The harvesting of wheat, that symbolizes the fruits of your inner work. What you plant energetically, emotionally, spiritually, is what you will eventually gather. This is straight Hermetic principle, cause and effect, expressed visually thousands of years ago. You also see repeated references to offerings: bread, barley, water, lotus flowers. These aren't just physical items. They represent states of consciousness and energetic frequency. Bread is nourishment of the soul. Water is purification. The lotus is awakening, rising from the mud into illumination. And then there's something very important. The presence of multiple gods with animal heads: hawk, serpent, bull. These are not separate beings outside of you. These are archetypal forces within consciousness itself. The hawk represents higher vision. The serpent represents transformation and life force. The bull represents strength and grounded power. So when Ani is offering to these gods, what's really happening is the soul is aligning itself with these inner forces. Now here's where it gets even deeper. There's a part that speaks about a river that is 1,000 cubits long, where no fish or serpents exist. That's not geography. That is a state of stillness, a space of pure consciousness where there are no disturbances, no unconscious impulses, no distractions. It's the mind in its most refined form. Then we see the boat, moving across water, sometimes described as serpent-like, carrying steps. This is initiation symbolism. The boat is the vehicle of consciousness, and the steps represent levels of awareness. You don't just arrive, you ascend through understanding. And then we move into the next plates. Ani stands before tables of offerings again, but this time with his wife behind him. This is important. The Egyptians always encoded duality and balance, masculine and feminine, action and intuition, structure and flow. The soul cannot ascend in fragmentation. It must integrate both aspects. You also see 7 cows, each with offerings, and a bull standing before them. The number 7 is never random. 7 represents completion, cycles, the full spectrum of existence. These cows symbolize nourishing forces across the levels of being: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Behind them are rows of gods, each receiving offerings. This is showing that every aspect of your being, every layer of your consciousness must be acknowledged, fed, and brought into harmony. And then, we come to one of the most powerful parts. Ani begins to speak. This is not just a prayer, this is a declaration of identity. He says, essentially, I have come, I have brought offerings, I have aligned with truth, I have become worthy of entering eternity. This is what many people misunderstand. There is no external judgment happening here. The entire journey is about self-recognition. The soul proves itself not to a god, but to its own higher nature. He speaks to Osiris not as something separate, but as a reflection of divine order within himself. Osiris represents resurrection, rebirth, continuity of consciousness beyond death. So when Ani praises Osiris, he is acknowledging that he has become aligned with that same principle. He has become eternal in awareness. There's also mention of the rudders of heaven, the north, south, east, and west. These directions are symbolic of orientation, The soul is no longer lost. It knows where it stands in existence. And then the final piece. He asks to move freely to enter and leave the underworld, to not be trapped at the gates. That right there is the key. The entire journey is about freedom of consciousness, not being bound by unconscious patterns, not being trapped in cycles you don't understand. This is what the Egyptians were really teaching. Not death, but mastery of awareness. Not the afterlife, but the ability to move between states of being consciously. And if you really sit with this, you'll realize something. You are already walking through your own book of the dead every single day. Every emotional trigger, every challenge, every moment where you're asked to choose awareness over reaction. That is you moving through your own gates. That is you either cultivating your field or leaving it untended. That is you either feeding your higher nature or staying in fragmentation. This isn't ancient history. This is a mirror. And if this resonates with you, if you feel like you're starting to see beyond the surface of reality and understand yourself at a deeper level, this is exactly the work I guide people through. I work with empaths, sensitives, and seekers who are ready to understand their energy, their patterns, and their soul path on a deeper level, not just intellectually, but through real transformation. If you're ready for that, you can book a one-to-one session with me through the link in my bio, or join the alchemical garden where we walk this path together. And if this spoke to you, comment, "I remember," so I know you're here with me.